We're just doing some work on the car today on the S15 to help it getting back up and running. So yeah, what are my jobs today, Dad?
Well, first off, I'm going to get you to come over here and we'll give this dirty air filter clean. So I'll just get you run some hot water in there and then we'll put some cleaning stuff in it. And then I'll get you to put this belt on. But before you do that, I have to make this longer because it's about, that's the turbo drain there, it's about 10 mil too short. Get you to put this belt on and start piecing back together all the wiring. We're just going to tidy it up a little bit. Not the greatest, but it is what it is for now. TrimCorp's hopefully going to wire up the S13 when we get the motor in it, but for this car, this wiring is going to stay.
So we're just going to run this water, let it get hot. Then we're gonna fill it with some soap, and then we're gonna use this stuff here, which is air filter cleaner. Soak in there for a bit. The air filter, just let it soak in the water for a bit. But for now, I'm gonna put on the belt. So yeah.
There you go, that's the belt.
What's going on here?
I'm trying to get all the rocks out. This go see if we get the approval. Do we get?
Oh, I don't know.
Do we get the approval?
Yeah, it looks pretty good, bud.
Oh, yeah.
We've hooked the airline up, and then you can give it a blowout to help dry it out, and then sit it out in the sun for a little bit.
Okay. We're just gonna leave it here for a little bit so it can dry out in the sun more. But yeah, we're just gonna leave it by the pool and stuff. Okay, so what are we doing now, Dad? Now that I've done my jobs?
Well, I'm just trying to reroute some of the wiring and that away from the heat. Torquing up the last of the manifold bolts. And then we will the intercooler, oil cooler back on, plumb them up, and then do the intercooler piping, which is over there.
Yep.
And then that's pretty much it until we get the manifolds back. We sent them to, we dropped them off to CIC ceramic coatings to get ceramic coated. So hopefully it will be a little bit better than the stuff that was on there because it was starting to flake off. And then yeah, once that's all done, get the body panels and that back on. I probably will go drop it to Shannon first before we put all the panels on, and they can do a couple last things with the wiring and then tune her up, and we'll see what it makes. It's now got the 5.3 LS in it. So yeah, it's just what Shannon had. He had a bunch coming from America, so we got him to build us one. It's pretty much just been freshened up, check the ring gaps and that, and a bit of valve train work, and should be good for what we need it for in WA anyway. So yeah, we'll get stuck in and start piecing it back together. Hey guys, just want to give a quick shout out to HDI intercoolers, or HDI Innovative Performance Parts. So they pretty much come on board last season when we turboed the S15. They sent us the intercooler and then these new hose clamps that they supplied us. So pretty much, yeah, I just put this rubber grease on. There's a couple O-rings there, and then if you come down here, I'll show you how pretty simple they are to get in. Obviously it depends on your fabricator, so shout out to K-Fab if this goes in nicely. So we've just put a new motor in, so I'm piecing it all back together. So pretty much push it in, align them up, and then you just push them in, both in like that, and that should stay there. And then you've got these little clamps there that go on the outside, and they just sit in like that, and then you push them on. So I'll show you. Pretty much sit it on, put that one into there, and it comes around, and you just clip it in like that, and they sit loose. And then when it pressurizes, they'll hold tight. Put the second one on here. Same again. And just push on. Wherever it wants to go. That's right. So it pushes on, and then it will just pop on. Clips in like that. And then push it in, and you just squeeze it together until it's on like that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Shout out to HDI. Hopefully we get another one for the S13.
Just show you guys the old motor. So this is why we put the new one in. As you guys can see here, in there it doesn't look too good, and in there it's like fully cracked in there, but like you see in there, here. In there it's like full cracked. So yeah, if you don't know what it's meant to look like, it's meant to look like that kinda. So that one ended up looking like that. So that's not good, and you don't want that. And there's no one of those. There's none of those. That thing isn't in there. That thing fully blew up. But yeah, I don't know where the aftermath of it went, but it was in hundreds of bits and pieces. So yeah, that's why we put this new motor in over here. But anyway, that should be it for the video.